Hello friends, welcome to a battle report that I recorded quite some time. I didn't record it, I took pictures. So just testing out, I took some photographs of a game against lovely Rich, who plays Basileans largely. He's been playing Goblins for last year, but he's certainly one of the best Basilean players in the country. And he is back on Basileans, I think because he's got bored of losing with Goblins. He enjoys winning with Basileans. And I have been testing out my new Twilight Kin, so I took a, frankly, partially painted Twilight Kin list that I was testing down to Gloucester to play where the Cheltenham War Chiefs, is it their club? I don't know if that's the name of the club. It was in like a bowls place upstairs. There's like a function room and everyone's playing games. Really nice. Anyway, so I'm playing Twilight Kin. Rich is playing. Rich has been on the channel many times. Those of you who are fetid viewers? What's the word I'm thinking of? I don't know. Avid. That's the word. Avid viewers will know him from his Basileans. So here we are again. Yeah, right. Okay, so, right. It's just wetting my throat there for you. So you get the full mellifluous tones of my voice. Wow, look how blurry this screenshot is in the back. I need a new one of those. Anyway. So this is my Twilight Kin. So this is, I'm going to say, an older list now, because obviously being one of those people that, you know, I don't write a list and stick with it. No. I write a list and then I rewrite it 43,000 times. So I was trying out this list. It was very much centered around Void Wranglers, who are down here. Void Wranglers are a really interesting unit. They are speed 7, which is okay. Melee 4, which is all right because they are elite in melee. They shoot on a 4, which is very good. Okay, and they have 14 attacks. So it's 14 shooting attacks, but it's only 9 inches. 9 inches is very short. Piercing 1 is good. Steady aim is good. So effectively they have a 14 plus 9. Right, so 25-inch shooting threat, which is pretty good. And critically, any unit successfully damaged by this attack is disordered. So it's great against flying enemies because you can sit them down, as long as they're only 9 inches away. They are stealthy, and I have given them Blood Hex. Blood Hex is a once per game defense 5. So, still very much trying to get to grips with this unit. They have got a relatively low nerve at 14-16. However, I have equipped them with 2 Void Captains here. Void Captains are a typical kind of 4 attack hero, hit on a 3, only defense 4. However, they're also elite, crush 1. And they have rallying 1 for Corsair only, and of course, Void Wranglers are Corsairs. So essentially when the Void Captain's around, these Wranglers become 16-18, which is a lot better. So yep, so that's the principle of the list. And then because those Void Captains aren't that great in melee, one's got the loot and one's got Shroud of the Saint for heal 3. Just a bit of fun. Okay, so with those, I did put in these Weavers. So you will see this is one of the unpainted units because I was very much testing it. They are a little unit of Lightning Bolt battery. I looked at that and thought, okay, it's 125 points for Lightning Bolt 6, and they can fight 8 attacks on 5s, which isn't bad. I thought I'd just give them a go, see how they play. They're a 9-12, which is the weirdest nerve ever. But let's give them a go. I'd failed spectacularly with them. They got killed on turn 1 most other games, but I thought, face-to-face game, let's give them a go, see how long they last. I have 2 regiments of mutants. Mutants are what everyone thinks is broken. I don't think they're broken. They're just, they're very, very expensive. And they hit like a truck. So particularly speed 7, wild charge D3. They're just, that's up to 17 inches of charge. 20 attacks on 3s with elite and strider and thunder 2. Yes, very nasty. One's got staying stone. One's got fire oil. Don't think that actually features into the game. But, it's nice to know that I put them on there. 2 troops of phantoms because they're great chaff. A regiment and a horde of impalers, so these guys have got big shields, so they defense 6 from the front. They can punch, and they also have wild charge. They charge up to 13 inches. I've got a terror in there, because I think terrors are great. They're just brilliant fun. Rampage 8, huge number of attacks against infantry. Not so great against a low-heat-based Basileans, but there you go, it's what it is. Regen 4, pretty good. And ensnaring, of course. And then I have a Summoner Crone who I give Weakness and Hex to because I think that's the best combo for a Summoner Crone. And a Void Lurker because I had this dragon model that I also didn't paint yet. In fact, it's still sitting on my desk unpainted. right next to me, which is might tell you about how it performs in this game. And I think you would be mad to not give a Void Lurker in the Twilight Kin list the Pride of the Dark Fleet upgrade, because it makes it very silly. 1820 dragon, right? An 1820 dragon with Crush Tooth under 1, fly. It also gives it inspiring. Oh, gross. So it's a self-inspiring and inspiring dragon with a huge, like, giant level nerve, regen 5+. What a badass. Never dies. 14 units, 22 unit strength, 2,300 points. So that's my list. This was an early testing list. Not to give it away. And it's an interesting game we play through. Don't think it's quite there yet, but you can see what I was trying to do. This came from a list which started off with Void Wranglers and Ravagers. It was nearly all shooting with Impalers. That didn't work. So anyway, still some machines. So this is Rich's. I don't know if this is current list, but it's certainly a list that he was testing. He's got 2 Hordes of Elohi. They're both got the Celestial Fury upgrade to make them defense 4, but crush 2. So very hitty. 2 regiments of Panther Chariots. Panther Chariots are secret sauce. Let me tell you, so good. I think the only reason people aren't running more Panther Chariots is because chariots, they don't exist. The models don't exist, so people are having to put in their own thing. Really, isn't it past time we had lists without models that Mantic do? Right? It's just crazy. Anyway, that's just me. So 2 regiments of these. They have 15 attacks. They hit on a 3. They're speed 9. Why? And they just have so many rules. For 185, there's me talking about my what's they called? Mutants, right? 230 points. Mutants, right? 230 for my mutants. Were they? Because I had some stuff on 225 there. 225. Right, so these guys are, what, 40 points cheaper? 40 points cheaper. Okay, mutants are 14-17, these are 14-16. Mutants are 20 attacks compared to 15. Both defense 4, both melee 3. These guys are faster, significantly faster, a guaranteed 18-inch charge. They're brutal, they have Iron Resolve, the same Thunderous, and they're vicious. What? What? Why? But no one's complaining about them being broken when everyone tells me the mutants are broken. Whatever. Anyway, stop complaining. So 2 of those, they're great. Love them. Double Phoenix. The only reason he hasn't got 3 Phoenixes is because he hasn't got 3 Phoenixes. 2 Phoenixes, they're great. Phoenix is just superb. I think Speed 8 is appropriate. But, the combination of Heal 5 and the Fire Sparks attack is just... You can hex them all you like. They're still going to Fire Spark you because it's a shooting attack, right? Okay. And then he's taken Daenor. You don't see Daenor very often. Daenor's a great little model, right? You can get this model. It's one of the Vanguard models. Actually, buy the STL now. Very interesting character. For 105 points, you get all the spells. It's Bane Chant 2, Fireball 4, Heal 2, Lightning Bolt 2, and Wind Blast 3. And as well as having Iron Resolve and Inspiring, he gets the Staff of Silliness. I'm sorry, the Staff of Cilibar. Which allows him to cast all of these spells every turn, one after the other. Yep, that's Daenor. Because he didn't have enough points for Julius, we've got an Elohi. And Elohi is Mini Julius, basically 6 attacks, flying. It's just gross. Defense 5, which is great. Divine Fervor is a lovely rule which gives other... is it human? I want to say human. They have it on normal Elohi too, whereas other human units in combat with them elite, I believe. I might got that wrong, but I think that's what it is. The only thing I don't like about the list is Nias. Rich loves Nias. He thinks he's great. Everyone loves Nias. I think he's just 180 points is, it's not that much. Yeah, speed 9, defense. I just don't think he matches the rest of the list. I don't like him. And also, this might be because I hate the model. I think it's the worst model Mantic have ever made. It's like got a lion with human arms and testicles. It's just like the weirdest model. I hate it. Anyway. Oh, I'll do a video about that soon. That's what I'm going to do. Mantic's worst models. Anyway, Mantic's best models. I'm going to do that one first so they don't hate me. And then he's got this formation, the Golden Panthers. The Golden Panthers is a great formation. I think it's very, very good. It's 2 troops of Panthers, which are just superbly fast, nimble Pathfinder chaff. Superb. Very cheap, 85 points. And then 2 regiments of Panther Lancers, who are the lighter cavalry. I suppose nimble cavalry. He's given 1 sharpness and 1 strength, though. So what? They have an aura of Fury of Beast, but I don't think it ever comes up because I don't think Rich runs the cavalry anywhere near the Panthers. Irrelevant, however, because they're just good enough on their own. They're just normal cavalry, melee 3, right? They're melee 3, sorry, for the Brew of Sharpness ones. Melee 4 for the other ones. Do I like them then? Well, yes, I do, because they've got Iron Resolve, Nimble, Pathfinder, and Thunder 1, and Vicious. All the rules! Why not just give them all the rules? So yeah, great, extremely fast, extremely punchy list, which is how Rich plays. He's alpha, 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 alpha. If you look at this list, the only thing under speed 9 is the Phoenixes and Daenor, and they don't need to be. Everything else is unbelievably fast. It's a speed 9 and 10 list. It kicks you in the teeth and asks questions later. So this is our battlefield we were playing on. Oh, this is my Void Lurker. It's unpainted. And this is my Moonraker's bag. Thanks, Andy. That was nice of you. So we have got 2 height 3 hills, 1 here and 1 here. We've got 2 height 9 forests here and here. We've got height 9 blocking here and here. Little height 2 walls here and here. And this is rough terrain. I think height 0, height flat, something like that. I don't think it comes up. And then I immediately choose the other side of the table. Boing! There we go. Other side of the table, and there's the army all over it. So we are playing. Now we're playing Salt the Earth. No, we're playing the new version of Salt the Earth, where there are loot tokens. What's the one that's loot tokens? Can anyone remember? Sort of looking up while I'm talking to you? Once again, I have done no preparation. I have done some preparation actually. It is called Seek and Destroy. Seek and Destroy, right? So these are loot tokens. So it's like pillage, but they're loot tokens. There's 7 of them, I think. Got 5 along the middle. Yeah, and there's 1 here and 1 here. So here's the loot tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, I missed that one completely. There it is. 6 and 7. There's just 7 loot tokens. If a unit routs an enemy unit that is carrying loot in melee, they may elect to destroy the loot and remove it from the table rather than picking it up. 1 point for each loot counter you control at the end of the game. Alright, so Seek and Destroy. So Richard does gain a significant advantage and he's so much quicker than me. However, he doesn't want to be carrying loot tokens to any of these units because it'll slow them down. So kind of interesting, whereas I am pretty slow, and this is how we deployed. So I've deployed kind of a deny flank. So right out here on the side, I've got a Phantoms unit. These are the Weavers, just undercoated models on a base. Sorry, gone visibly Riley on you. At least they're not, 2nd edition or whatever 3rd edition Ogre models. What do you call it? 6th edition? You called it 6th edition, didn't you? Right. So these are mutants and these are mutants. I think these ones have probably fire oil, which is why they've got a token on. Why? Oh, because Phoenix has regen. Not that they need it. They're defense 3. Anyway, irrelevant. These are what are they called? Void touched. Wranglers. Void Wranglers. Sorry, Void Wranglers. So she's elf models with Reapers in the front. That's what they are. So yep. So Wrangler, Mutant, and this is an Impaler Horde, Impaler Regiment. This is my Terror, a little Cthulhu model, one of the few non-mantic models. We've got the Bane Chant Void Captain and the Healing Void Captain, and then kind of a fast flank on the other side. Whoop! We've got another Phantoms and my Void Lurker, the Pride of the Dark Fleet. So Rich has deployed very spread because you can do that with a speed 10 army. You can cover the whole board. It doesn't matter. Everything can redeploy. So we have a Panther Lancer here. This is the strength one with Nias and a Gur-Panther. One of the Elohi here, one of the Elohi here. Obviously Phoenix. Chariots and Chariots. These are the sharpness Panther Lancers. I know because I've got pink dice on them. This is the Elohi with another Gur Panther, and this is Daenor, the silliest, who's sitting here. So, what are we planning to do? So you need to win for really 4 loot tokens to guarantee a win. So I looked at this board and I thought, well, there is one here. I can probably dodge back and get that, so I can send Phantoms this way to sit on it. However, what I really want to do is kind of dominate this corner, hence my deny flank, right? So I've got very fast hit here. I think I win this flank if I can hold off this lot. But I need to win turn 1. Here's Rich's lovely army. Very, very nicely based and painted. There's lovely painting on this Phoenix particularly. Yep, there you go. And there's my, unpainted Void. What a cool model though, this Void Lurker. I wish I could make it work so it would be in my army. And there's the rest of my army laid out as I have explained to you. So I've done it. I'm quite proud of this. So this is an army I bought off a chap called Ben, who's just a wonderful human. And they'd done a kind of an okay paint job on it. They said themselves, it's just a battlefield job, so, And I bought the army, and then I said, right, no, I'll just rebase this. So naturally, I've repainted everything because I'm a tryhard. So the Night Stalker models are ones from my old Night Stalker army, and then I just kind of made the Twilight Kin to match it, and then I painted way, way more models than I ever meant to. So yeah, painted them all, painted everything. Is what it is. I'm a fool. I particularly like the houses. My mutants go together. I'm hoping at some point I get to do a horde of mutants because they look cool when they're together. But anyway, everything's bursting out of the void. That's the plan for the army. Right, so I lose turn 1, which is extremely, extremely, extremely bad. It's what it is. And of course, he pummels forward. You can see this arc template from my Phantoms, making sure that I can't see these Elohi here, which is painful and embarrassing. He's put his Elohi in an extremely annoying place. Can't be charged by anything. I've got Gur Panthers to charge, and pretty much I could, if I really wanted to, put my Phantoms into these Panther Lancers like this. That's such a bad idea. I just think it just doesn't work. No, because they're nimble. They can just nimble past them. What's the point? This is a forest, however, and also they'll be visible in the forest, and we've got the other chariots over here, just looking out over here in a really unpleasant place. So hate that. Hate it. Yep, so everything else just pushes forward very far. So I think these guys are out of the shooting, or maybe they're in the shooting range. But even if I bring my Void Wranglers forward, 7, let's say it puts them about here, these Elohi can't charge me, but I do get chariots and Elohi, even if I've sat them down. Right, and that unit can't survive that, even if it's 16, 18. He's been more careful, and then he's kept the Gur Panthers back and brought Nias and the other Panther Lancers around here. So, super aggressive start. That was Daenor doing, I don't know what it was. What's Daenor got? I can't remember. He's got so many spells. There he is. Bane Chant, Fireball, Heal, Lightning Bolt 2. That's his Lightning Bolt 2. So Lightning Bolt 2 did a wound on my Void Wranglers because Lightning Bolt isn't affected by Stealthy. They don't care. So, my turn 1, I say, alright, fine, I'll simply hold you up. So I send Phantoms into the Gur Panthers, and I put my Void Lurker, so I can get it just an inch past Julius, the Elohi. Obviously it's not facing anything, but it does mean I can come around the next turn and do nasty things, so at least it's safe for this turn. And then I move up like this. So I decide to use these Void Wranglers as chaff, essentially. So I'm exposing a flank here. What I don't want is these Elohi, which are in the most threatening position because they can fly over around the back, right? That's not great. These guys are already speed 6. They're not going to be able to reach them. So I've got the Void Wranglers here to sit them down. So if they do charge me, they're going to be hindered over this wall. I am going to get flanked here, but if I get flanked, then I've got mutants to come and kill them next turn. Notice I've got my other Void Wranglers here at the back. So if they do, for whatever reason, not get sat down, they can come around here. Then I can shoot them again. It's the best I can do. And over this side, so I spot an opportunity to basically block up these Panther Lancers and Nias, who are just a little bit too wide. So you can see the Arcosite here, so my, whatever they're called, Weavers. We can shoot at these Panther Lancers are very squishy. Very, very squishy. So he's going to have to commit both of his units here next turn. We didn't have to, but it's more likely, at which point he's going to get mutated. So, that's the plan. And then I hex Daenor, and I put 2 wounds on him, because screw you, Daenor. I don't do anything to him, though. And I do get, I think I have just 1 wound off, which is pathetic. 14 shots on 4s and 3s. I do 1 wound. I disorder them, and then obviously they Iron Resolve it off. And there you go, I do wave a Daenor. Screw you, Daenor. 1 wound from the combat there. Onto those Gur-Panthers, so, you know, he's going to have to do something about that. And into Rich's turn 2, so off we go into turn 2. This is how the battlefield looks. How do we feel about it? Well, I formed kind of a defensive perimeter. All you can do with these incredibly fast forces is offer them a series of bad choices. Okay, so probably, I would imagine he's going to come in here and here. I mean, I was there. I'm not going to imagine it. I'll tell you now, it's what he does. He would be foolish to come in with these Elohi on their own against these guys. I think it would be a death wish for those Elohi. They're going to die. Maybe I'm wrong. Frequently am. So, yeah, he takes that charge. Doesn't really have a choice there. Notice he's picked up the loot token with the Gur-Panthers. And he does take the charge. So I think this is probably the better of the charges to take. You don't want to charge here. And he's put his Phoenix in a really good place. Really, really good play here. So basically he's stopping a double flank on the Elohi. You're going to get a flank, but it's going to be either the Terror or the Impalers. And whoever takes it isn't going to be able to charge the Phoenix because it's going to get in the way. So I think that's a really great move. Really, really solid play. So he takes the flank and front here. Hindered or not, that's just going to explode. And then whoever's going to get eaten by mutants is going to get eaten by mutants. Over here, so he takes the chariot flank here. It's a positioning thing part than anything else because he doesn't want the Void Lurker to do anything nasty. So he's going to take out these Phantoms. And these Panther Lancers aren't needed anymore, so they pop over here to help with the fight because, frankly, they're so fast in one turn they can be where they need to be. Yeah. And then little Elohi zooms over from where they were over here. Down here, you see the tips of the wings. It's facing this way. Now, you might think, gosh, that little model just hiding behind the house, that sure is easy to forget and not notice. Not that I'm foreshadowing what I do next turn. Anyway, moving on. We are playing with command dice. How exciting. Oh, there you go. We did more than 1 wound. We did 4 wounds. And that is Endurance taking a wound back down to 3 on these Elohi. I think over here we're probably re-rolling a hit or something like that. Yep, on those Elohi. And that is going to be re-rolling. Oh, probably re-rolling a wound on them. Re-rolling it. Yes, because they're defense 6 they're fighting against. And re-rolling a hit on this heal, I should imagine. So there we go. The heal goes off, removes all the wounds off their Elohi. They're back to 0. And look at that. Look at that. 13 wounds on my Phantoms and a double 1. Annoyingly, nothing is in a place to be able to do anything about that. But I wonder, looking at it now, it was probably a smarter move to put the Void Lurker up. Like in a position, maybe like... that's not a square. Bring it over a little bit like this. Right? So that it's a front for the Elohi, and it could get in, but it's a stretch, and these chariots couldn't fit. That would have been a much better move, rather than sticking it all the way over there. I think I was just really scared of the Panther Lads, but really I could have protected myself with these Phantoms. Anyway, saved by the double 1. Those Phantoms explode into Phantom-sized pieces. Maybe when you kill a Phantom, they just evaporate. And you'll notice another double 1. So, Rich, not having the best rolls so far. That's 6, 12, 18, 24, 29 wounds on these Weavers. So, yeah. I tell you, Chariots, they're absolutely obscene. 29 wounds and another dose. Second double 1 of the turn. Kind of funny. Horrific. He was just chuckling away. He's a very balanced man. On to my turn 2. Off we crack. So there's his thumb down. No thank you. Did not like this. So he clearly feels things aren't going his way. I think he's still fine, personally. So I decided not to take the flank onto the Elohi, because it's better to kill a Phoenix. Right? The way it was, if I did go in on the Elohi, that's right, I think I couldn't get the Terror in. So if I charge with the Impalers first, they end up about here, and the Terror is stuck. if I charge with the Terror first, I actually can't get through. I've messed it up. So I think, sod it. Both of them go on the Phoenix. Let's get it out of the way. Right, counter charge here. So he's run Nias forward following that combat. So the mutants take on Nias. And I've hidden my Weavers to have another pop at these guys who did no wounds last time with our 6 lightning bolts. Good job. There is some Bane Chant coming off here. And we take a flank onto the Panther Chariots over here. Supported, maybe there's some healing going on here. Some more Hex onto that Phoenix, so 2 wounds there, which is pretty good for Hex. And that's healing, I think. That's my counter charge, so my double bond unit did a whole 2 wounds to those. And you see, I've bought this Void Lurker. I'm clearly very scared of things. I think I looked over here. I brought the Void Lurker into the forest to look this way. It might have been better to reinforce this side. I think I knew that the Phantom was going to die next turn. There's no point taking on Chariots on one-on-one. I'm just going to get swamped by things. Facing this way is probably better because at least I can see. Okay, fine. And I couldn't quite clear the forest with 2 turns. I was facing that way to start with. So 1 turn. And then another turn. I think I would have been facing off a weird way. Or maybe I suck. Who knows? Already shown you that. Already shown you that. Already shown you that. So yeah, mutants fully murdered those chariots and turned as far as I could. We did 5 wounds from these impalers onto these Elohi. That's okay, they're sitting down for the time being, and I've got... how many wounds have I got? 3. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, guys. The double charge, 6 wounds, is 9 wounds, sorry, 9 wounds. Is that disappointing? There's 18 attacks on 4s, is 9, and then 2s. Yeah, no, that's massively disappointing, isn't it? So I've rolled very poorly there onto that Phoenix from what is quite a lot of attacks. Sad times, basically. Very sad times. And only a waiver, so Phoenix is just going to regen all that off. Even worse, the mutants just absolutely pat the bed. Mutants are normally a very reliable 12 wounds on pretty much anything. But not in this case. So 8 wounds into Nias and he's fine. He don't care. Into Richard's turn. So he had a horrific turn, but I've obliged him by rolling absolutely terribly in most of my combat. So, you know, what goes around comes around, I suppose. Shouldn't be too smug, should I? So how's it looking for me? I think it's looking pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. So despite those 2 double ones, I'm going to get Panther Lancers into these mutants. They may well immediately die. The Phoenix can just sod off and regen. These guys are going to die. Obviously, they just need a single wound on them. And there's some sharpness guys coming. And my Void Lurker is miles away. So I'm not pleased. So, yeah, Nias looks at the situation and he says, well, I'm not going to bother with you guys because my friend the Panther Lancers are going to kill these mutants. Boop, boop. Here I come into these Weavers because you're annoying. And it gets me in a better place. So around he comes. Look at those. Weavers did 1 wound, 2 turns of shooting. Useless. The Panthers, remember that they existed. There's Go Panthers and pop around the corner. Subtle product placement there from Apple Tango. The best Tango. Look what's come back to bite me. It's an Elohi. But do you think I maybe forgot was there? I think you're right, because I turned these guys as far as they could get. Wah, wah, wah. Guess who's in the flank? Elohi's gonna eat you. Just didn't see it. Just didn't see it. Was hiding. It was hiding. And counter charges. And then the Phoenix, who is hexed, says, all right, well, I'll just join in fighting you guys and get to a better place. Because what this actually does is get it out of charge range of the Void Lurker. Wah, wah, wah. There's a Bane Chant. Goes off of Daenor the silly fella. The Phantoms get eaten. And they turn, he turned like this. I think this is a good idea. So basically, he's got his speed 10 unit facing this way, speed 9 unit facing this way. So you can get this token. Maybe that's what it's for. Maybe he turns around in a bit. Who knows? There you go. There you go. I was wrong. It'd be far better to just walk this unit back and pick up the token, wouldn't it? Because I can't see... Whoa, that's the worst line ever, but you get my idea. I can't see this unit, and wherever I go, As long as it's not behind this forest, the panthers are going to be able to see me. Oh, the chariot's going to be able to see me. You know what? It's better to be lucky than good sometimes, isn't it? How ridiculous. What a ridiculous game. I don't know how many wounds we're up to now because I'm not sure I can do... it's 36. 43 wounds we're up to now on this indomitable, invincible unit that should absolutely not be alive. But here we are, still alive for the second double one in a go. So yeah, if I don't win this game, I'm a terrible player. Let's see. And what's that? That is, oh no, my Impaler unit got picked up by these crushing 2 Elohi. So yeah, Elohi, they're good. They eat things and they turn like this. So those mutants are feeling very, very scared now. And look what's behind them. It's some sharpness Panther Lancers. Even with that many double ones, does it matter? There you go. 9 wounds from Panther Lancers. Just a waver there, but wavers are very good. Unfortunately, 14-17 is a nerve that is very it has a tendency to waver. And the weavers take 5 wounds and survive, which is outrageous. Outrageous. On to my turn 3, so yep. Unbelievably, still haven't lost. Still in the game thanks to Rich's absolute inability to roll nerve. What can I do? So, I can do this. So, I've got my weavers. These are the other Wrangler, Void Wranglers. They're still hanging around. I haven't done a lot yet. But they have a lovely flank here on these Panther Lancers who very much expected to kill these mutants, I think. Didn't. So take that flank, back off my wavered guys, and I do a full... You can see my command dice here. I rolled enough command dice to do a full backup. This is before the command dice nerfs. So before you can only roll 3 red, so I was rolling red, white, and blue every turn. So a full movement backup for these guys. Countercharge here, flank here. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this. Because where I was, I just couldn't get in, right? Don't fit. But if I turn, we're coming in here. Especially since these guys are flanking a Phoenix. Get rid of it because we're still stuck behind a bloody great big height 6 Phoenix. And then my Void Lurker. So I look at my options here. The Void Lurker's options are terrible. I can go here behind the woods. He was here, right? He, she, it. Could go behind the woods here and face that way. Just playing cat and mouse with this unit. Don't like it. Cat, because there's Girl Panthers. I can't fly far enough to get out of the charge range of these Speed 9 chariots. So I think, do you know what? I'm just going to get a token. I'm going to get some loot. No one can see me. I'll have that. And so I do. Is that a good move? I don't know at this point. The mutants take take 4 wounds from this Elohi's flank, which is very, very poor. So very, very poor. The Elohi I tried to sit it down with Void Captain. We're still pummeling away at the mini wounds at these Elohi. Mutants going to the other Elohi. I'm going to get squished. I get a Bane Charm off on these guys because they need to do a point of damage, really. I don't really know why. We hex the Phoenix for a damage, or an extra damage up to 3. Rubbish regen. We do manage to sit down the Elohi, which is great. And we managed to kill those chariots, but now we're about to get eaten by Panther Lancers. Even better, the Weavers, the absolute legend combat unit, 8 attacks on 5s and 4s. They take off Nias. Imagine that. So man of the match to the Weavers there. Good job. Good job. I haven't done the combat yet above it. Oh, and then we sidestep. Which I thought was a genius move because it protects these mutants. Huh? Not bad, right? And then, of course, we eat those guys. They're Panther Lancers. So, yeah, this side of the board going very well because you'll notice next to them there's a token sitting on that Impaler unit and no unit next to it. That's because that Impaler unit over here has finally eaten the Phoenix it's taken 3 turns to kill. But, you know, they tried, and that's the most important thing. So these Go Panthers currently not happy. Fair enough. Into Rich's turn 4, and this is how we are. Well, this is just a shot of my army. Well, I guess he's in it too. Most of it, apart from the Panthers up there, right? So, who's got tokens? We've got token here on the mutants. We've got token here on the Impalers, and token here. The other tokens, there is... I think there's one under something here. There's one here and one here. And there's one on the Go Panther unit. So, currently, weirdly, I'm winning. That's what you get when you get 3 double ones. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to last. Because everything's going to go smash this turn. So, here we go. So, that is... what a beautiful shot. If only that unit was painted. That's just showing kind of the board behind me. So, he's backed up those Gur Panthers. And they are sitting very, very happily on that token forever. Because they picked it up. Over here, these Go Panthers have decided to run away because they're cowards, and that's what I do. And over here, everything goes smash. So, third time lucky on these on the Void Wranglers. The Urhilohi, I think, decides to just try and hit. Oh God, is that? No, that's the other Phoenix. We have killed one Phoenix. That's the other Phoenix, which decides to have a go, weirdly, at my Terror. Oh, I know why. Because Terrors are much scarier. And also at height 6, I'm height 6 too, can't see past it, and even worse, I think there's no line of sight here, so my Impalers are also stuck. I have to spend another 3 turns killing another Phoenix. In the meantime, the Sharpness Lancers are going to smash these mutants into tiny, tiny pieces, so I'm going to lose this. This guy might die as well. That's bad. Yep, that's happening all over there. Daenor's having the time of his life. Look at him with his 4 tokens. What does 4... Oh, no, that's 4... I think those are... Yeah, those are... Command points expenditure. Now, what do Basileans get for 4 points? Maybe it's Fast Spell? I don't know. I've been sent an amazing set of command dice cards by the lovely Selleck from Australia. What a legend he is. I wonder if I can find the Basilean cards while we're talking and see what he could have done. Here we are, Basilean card. Divine Protection. This unit gains Iron Resolve 2. Is it that one? What's the other one they get? Holy Assault. This unit is definitely not Thunderous Charge, is it? So I can only think that for Daenor was Iron Resolve 2 for him. Odd choice. Maybe not. Maybe he's just... 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's 3 Fast Spell. It's Fast Spell. That's not 4 points. That's 3 points. I'm glad we're learning this together. He's using Fast Spell, so he can Fireball maybe this unit, or maybe Lightning Bolt this unit. Probably Fireball. See how far away he is. He's not that far. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? I sure don't. They take a wound anyway. Whatever. And he casts all the spells. Maybe it's an extra dice on a spell. Maybe it's an extra dice. 3 points for an extra dice on a spell could be. Whatever. Bane Charm on the Phoenix. Elohi's kind of hammer and tongs away with my Void Captain, who's holding their own. Good for them. Come on. For real now. What is going on? So that's 15 wounds on my mutants and a double 1. We're still alive. The other unit does die 3 turns after it should have done, but another double 1. Just what's the point in being alive? 1 point for 1 damage on my Terror. He doesn't really care. To my turn 4. So here we are at turn 4, inexplicably still in the game. Largely because it's not inexplicably, completely explicably. Due to Rich's inability. There's the other token. Inability to roll dice. So yeah, we're still in the game. Off we crack into my turn. Turn 4 still. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we have counter charges and charges. I think I've just really used this Void Lurker horrifically badly. Anyway, it's got a token. Sharp. So yeah, we take the flank and the front onto this Phoenix. Don't have anything else to do. These guys wander up and we're all shooting those Gur Panthers. Pew, 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 pew. Void Lurker comes around here to be generically threatening. That's what Void Lurkers do, isn't it? Be generically threatening. That is a lot of command dice. That's 4 points to give them Dread. That's what that is. So Dread on that unit for all the combats around. I ignore the Elohi here and I decide that the bigger and scarier target, frankly, is the Horde of Elohi. So I run over here to sit them down so at least they can't fly away. And then I've weakened them from my... Oh, look at that. From my Summoner Crone. Shooting does kill the Gur Panther, so I'm going to get that token, which is great. Only 3 wounds. Well, they take a wound anyway, so that's there. They go from 2 to 3. He probably Iron Resolves it. Maybe he took 2 wounds and then Iron Resolved it. Maybe he forgot to Iron Resolve it. Anyway, these mutants into these Lancers absolutely pap the bed because they're, despite being a very fearsome unit, I guess they were hits. They haven't got a Thunderous Charge. I still do feel 5 wounds is very, very low. Very, very low. We get a waiver off on them though, so yeah, that's the thing. We kill the Phoenix. Into which is turn 5. So here's how it's looking on turn 5. There is a token here on these chariots. There's a token there on those Panthers. There is a loose token here. So that's the total number of tokens that Rich has is currently 2. I have 1 here. I want to say, did I drop the token here? I might have dropped the token that I had there, but there's 1 there. There's 1 on my Weavers and 1 up there to be taken. Right, so currently still winning. Thanks, double ones. Not for long. So the weakened Elohi take a hindered charge into the front of my Impalers. The Elohi takes a hindered flank into my Impalers. That's just showing off how spectacularly great I am at this game, because they're not inspired. This could be bad. These guys have backed up as far as they can because they're wavered. But critically, what it does, it means that a Void Lurker can't charge them, which is disappointing for me. That's shooting. Who's shooting? That's Daenor, probably, I should imagine. Shooting them up to 18 wounds, and obviously they die. Do they die? Yes, they do. Why would they not? So that's my mutants gone in the middle of the battlefield, which is probably a turn later than they should have done. Definitely a turn later than they should have done. And yeah, he just rolls pretty well on the Impalers, even with hindered charges. So you've got 12 in the flank and 18 in the front. Even on 4s, they're crush 2, right? So particularly in the flank, it's on 2s wounding. So, yep, dead. And there's my token. So I had dropped it the turn before because I ain't stupid. I am pretty stupid. There. Into my turn 5. Here's how it's looking on my side of the board. So I've gone around here. I'm going to pick up this token. That's good. Oh, the other token, that's right. So I dropped it from the Weavers and these mutants who are on 9 wounds. Don't forget they were wavered, right? They spent a turn turning around and then walking off with the token. So I have got those 2. This one is under threat, and I've got 1 on the Void Lurker. So currently, still winning. I take the Terror into the front of the Elohi. I take the Void Captain into this Elohi. Then on this side of the battlefield, I could flank here, rear charge here with a Void Lurker, but then I'm getting eaten and I don't have a token. Right, this is just, it's all about the tokens now. There are obviously a token here and token here, which is bad. And I think there's a token on these guys too. So I haven't got enough units left to do anything about this. Right, so all I do, rather than take out this unit, I rely on my Terror to survive this Elohi unit. Claim this maybe in turn 6. And I turn the Void Lurker to flank or front here because I put my Void Captain right in front of these Chariot unit so that it can't just turn to face. It has to at least charge. Not sure that's the best move, but I didn't really. He was they were too far away. I can't see where they were. Yeah, see, just too far. Only speed 6, right? So 12-inch charge isn't far enough to reach. So I have to just walk 6 up to here. Whoa. Up to here. In fact, I might, by looking at it, might have even cheated by moving them much further than I should have done. Nah, maybe not. I don't know. So weakness thrown onto those guys just in case they try to charge anything. And then I waver them unexpectedly. So that was a bit of luck, wasn't it? So 1 wound and a waver. So all they can do is just turn and get this token. Oh, maybe I did charge. Jeez Louise, man. Of course. The only reason they're not actually on the unit is because it's a hill there, right? So, okay, that's how this Void Captain ran so far out of terrain. I wasn't cheating, I was charging. And this is 2 to regain a wound because I was probably on 3 wounds from the Elohi attack. Alrighty. So that's re-rolling a hit probably here to try and damage this Elohi. Do I do a wound? Not sure. Yes. I do a wound. Sit down and stop fighting. Stop flying, I mean. And there I go. Wow, that's 6 wounds onto these Elohi. It's not enough to kill them though. Yeah, it's looking a bit dire. Into Rich's turn 6. So despite so many double ones, it is looking like it's going to be a draw or a loss. I can't do a lot about it because Rich obviously has a token here, a token here, a token here. I have a token here, a token here, and a token here. Okay, so there's this token will determine the game. So what does Richard do on his turn 6? He turns. So I think this is a counter charge. Yeah. I think I didn't do any wounds by the look of it, or maybe I did a wound and I resolved it off. So yeah, so so counter charge on a turn. So he's just turned this unit enough to pick it up because he's thinking if these chariots kill here, there's not enough room for the Void Lurker to land on the flank of there, maybe. So ignoring my Void Captain, which is rude, he attacks into my Terror with both of them. Ensnare this, he's going. Wow, how did those win? Is that Daenor? Who's done that? That's rude. I think Daenor maybe ran up onto the hill and did a lightning bolt and took him off. Yeah. I think that's what he did. Ooh. Yeah, there he is. See? Up on the hill. 12 wounds and 5th double one of the game. It's not quite as critical, this one. I mean, it's an 18-19, right? So we still need a rerollable 7. But anyway, double one it. So, lol. Into my turn 6. So this is how it's looking. I can't win. Probably, maybe. So, you see he's killed my little Void Captain in turn to protect the flank here, which is very, very annoying because these guys are now height 6. So I can't even see these Panther Lancers. Nothing I can do to kill them except maybe weakness them off. That would secure maybe a win if the Void Lurker can kill these guys. And if the Terror can kill something, anything. I don't know. Let's do it. Well, we picked up a token over here. Isn't that nice? And we've got a token, so I've really hid these mutants behind the hill as much as possible. I've charged here and charged here. Mainly, yeah, that's absolutely... I mean, this token is now lost to all of us. Apart from the... Yeah, this is pinned, this Elohi. Has it? No, it hasn't. Maybe I should have killed the Elohi. Doesn't he? Oh, whatever. Hello. We've come around in case you want to shoot something. That is showing... Is that just showing the charge again? Let's see. 4, 9, and 2. 4, 9, and 2. Yeah, that's just showing the charge. So, yep. So I take that hindered charge into those chariots. I can't do anything else. And we're going to try and weakness off these guys. I think Daenor's healed them a bit by the look of it, which is irritating. Oh, and I weaknessed the wrong unit. So that was smart, wasn't it? We do a wound from weakness. Well done, me. That's shown for the 3rd time. Shown the charge. So we do kill those Elohi. Whoop-de-doo. And I think I'm hoping there's a turn 7. I might be able to pick this up. Let's see. There is a turn 7. So on Rich's turn 7, all he does is sidestep that bloody Elohi, who was not hurt, onto the token to pick it up. That's now his token. Thank you very much. And he takes a flank and front into my Void Lurker. I don't think it's going to kill it because everything's hindered and all rubbish. Or rather stripped under his charge. That is probably a fireball from the Elohi onto my... oh, that's Daenor, I should think, isn't it? Daenor, the swine. Bane Chant on those weakness, so cancelling out the weakness. Nice, thanks Daenor. Yeah, he's doing stuff. Is that another wound? No, that's the same wound. Showing it twice. Or is that the command dice? Whatever. So there you go. He wavers my Void Lurker, which is rude. There's a lot of wounds, right? 13 wounds. But just a waver, because you can't roll nerve this turn. It's my go. I back up. So I think this is cheating. I just want to say. Is it cheating? Am I pinned? Can you move out of combat if you're pinned? Anyway, it's a full speed backup is what it is. So full speed backup, because I've got a token. Turn 7 might as well, can't do anything else. And I'm going to try and obviously shoot off one of those units. That's my Bane Chant. So I'm coming into this to try and win the game by picking up this token with my Terror. I go for a Bane Chant, I roll a 2 and a 1. I can't believe I took a photograph of this as if I'm complaining about dice in this game. In this game where I've had 5 double ones in my favour. And I'm still only just clawing at a draw. Pathetic. Anyway, doesn't even kill him and that's the end of the game. So, what have we learnt this game? My army doesn't work in this form. Rich has the worst dice known to man. Turns out you can still win with 5 double ones. Remember when I said if I don't win after this many double ones, I'm a terrible player? Well, there we are. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I very much enjoyed playing him. You know, he's such a great guy. Everyone's played him knows. Lovely, lovely man. Too good with Basileans, but ludicrous number of double ones and still beat me. Yes, back to the drawing board with this particular list. I don't think I necessarily played it very well. I think the Void Lurker I'm not very good, despite the channel being called Death by Dragons. I'm not good with dragons. I do like a Terror, still alive there at the end of the game. I'm experimenting with a second Terror. And I've switched up the army to make it a bit more durable. I think what are they called? What are they called? The chaps that shoot at 9 inches. Void Wranglers. God, my brain. The Void Wranglers have sadly left the list now, despite I tried every which way to get them, which means the Void Captains have also left the list. I just don't think I can personally make that work. Maybe there's those who can, and I please tell me how, because I would love to make them work, and I just can't get that to function for me. But yeah, I've been trying a number of different configurations. So after this battle report, we have 3 games from a recent tournament. Just last weekend. We're still contemporaneous, so I'll probably wait a couple of months before doing it. Which was over at Black Dragon, which is in Leicestershire here in the UK. So I have 3 games there. Good game, including one against Dan the Dark Lord King, who's back. And he was playing bloody Basileans as well this morning. So, look out for those. They'll be coming quite soon. Enjoy this battle report. Laugh at me in the comments. And we'll see you next time on Death by Dragons.